Hey, good morning. I'm Dan Harris at ABC News headquarters in New York. This is live coverage of the swearing in of President Barack Obama for his second term in office. Do not be confused. Tomorrow is the official public inauguration ceremony. This is a live shot of Capitol Hill that we'll be showing you in just a few seconds here. They're doing there it is. Actually, that's the White House. They're doing last minute preps over at the Capitol for the big show tomorrow. And you can see it there. However, the Constitution says the president must be sworn in before noon on January 20th. And since this year, the 20th falls on a Sunday, they will be doing two swearing-in ceremonies this year. That's the fourth time this has happened. Chief Justice John Roberts will be administering the oath of office in a matter of moments in the Blue Room in the White House. Vice President Joe Biden was sworn in earlier this morning at his official residence in the Naval Observatory. Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor did the honors. Let's take a listen to that.
Mr. Vice President, are you ready, sir?
I am here.
Please place your hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Joseph R. Biden, Jr., do solemnly swear.
I, Joseph R. Biden, Jr., do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
The duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
The duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Vice President Joe Biden being sworn in for his second term at his official residence this morning. Later in the morning, the Vice President joined the President at Arlington National Cemetery for the laying of a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknowns. Alongside me here on the set is Olivier Knox, who's the chief Washington correspondent for Yahoo News. Olivier, as I understand it, President Barack Obama will have the distinction of being the first president since Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who served 4 terms, to be sworn in 4 times. Why is that?
Well, you mentioned this year there's a command of the Constitution and a quirk of the calendar. Well, in 2009, it was a Supreme Court slip-up. Chief Justice John Roberts, administering the oath of office on the Capitol steps, got the words of the oath wrong. Now, technically, no one really objected, but just to be safe, the Chief Justice then administered the oath in private the following day. So technically, President Barack Obama will have been sworn in 4 times.
Does not mean, however, that he gets 4 bites at the apple.
No, he does not.
So here we are on the cusp of his second term. You've covered the first term. You've covered both campaigns. What can we look forward to in this second term? He's carving out a pretty big and ambitious agenda.
That's right. In some ways, the second term started weeks ago, notably with the push to battle gun violence across the United States. That's already set the stage for a big fight with Congress and in Congress. So we've already seen the beginnings of the second term. He wants to make a big push on immigration.
I'm just going to interrupt you for one second there, Olivier, because we're looking inside the White House here. This is the Blue Room, and that's Chief Justice John Roberts. And there's President Barack Obama, followed by his family, his wife and 2 daughters. And let's listen in as the third of 4 swearing-ins takes place.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Justice. Thank you so much. Thank you, sweetie. Hey. Thank you. I did it. All right. Thank you, everybody. Come.
Great to hear that little interaction between the president and his daughters. As you heard, he said to his younger daughter, Malia, I did it. that last lingering look at the Blue Room there. The Blue Room so named because, as you could see, the curtains are blue. That is normally used as a room for receptions. It also is the room where President Grover Cleveland got married back in the 1800s. Olivier, I so rudely cut you off when you were talking about what to look forward to in the second term of President Barack Obama's presidency. As you were saying, he's looking at gun control, which is going to be big and tough. Also immigration, big spending fights.
That's right. And as I said, I mean, the second term began essentially the day after he won the election. So we're looking at tomorrow's ceremonial beginning, but in fact, all the fights with Congress have started over again. You know, we talked about the Blue Room. It's also the home to the White House Christmas tree. But whereas in his first inaugural, the president was talking about moving into a post-partisan world where we give up the worn-out dogmas of Republican and Democrat, I don't think this year he's looking for any gifts from the Republicans in Congress.
We're basically looking at governance by cliff at this point. Governance by showdown and brinkmanship. And even though we will see today and tomorrow some bipartisanship, some politeness, I wouldn't expect that to last. Am I right?
That's absolutely right. You know, we have government by scheduled crisis now, where the Congress and the president essentially agree to set the stage for more big spending fights. We have fights over gun control. You know, everyone's gun violence, I should say. Everyone's already taking up camps positions here, politely saying, "Oh, we'll take a look at the proposals," but behind the scenes, they're setting the stage for a big fight. I don't. This is not suddenly going to usher in a new era of a lot of kumbaya singing in Washington, D.C.
It's so rare for us to get an extended glimpse, and that was certainly not an extended glimpse, but it's so rare for us to get a glimpse of the first family. Do you have any sense covering the White House, did they relish 4 more years in this fishbowl?
Throughout the campaign, they made it very clear that they wanted the job. Now, I wouldn't want the job, looking at all the headaches that come with it, but they made it very clear that this president was going to fight for the job. Actually, one thing they said was that after the first debate, some of the senior staff asked themselves, geez, after that performance, does he really want the job? There was no doubt after the end of the campaign. They fought really hard for this. He has an ambitious vision, and he's going to lay out more precisely his second-term agenda in the State of the Union speech come February 12th.
All right, so his inaugural speech will be tomorrow, then the State of the Union coming up on February 12th. We're told that the president has been working on his inaugural speech since December and that he was touching it up as late as this weekend. That's going to conclude our coverage of the president's swearing in, his official swearing in. The public one will be tomorrow. We'll be covering it live all day, starting at 9:30, running right through the inaugural parade late in the afternoon. Olivier will be joining me along with a cavalcade of stars from Yahoo News and ABC News. Please join us. We're on all day, as I said. For now, I'm Dan Harris alongside Olivier Knox. Thank you for watching.